All right, quickly upticking here a little bit, coming up here to our 74 area. Again, make sure you always understand that there's always some volatility in the first couple bars. Quick rotation there against our 74. Quick couple points there for you if you did jump in. We are scalping these markets and take the market gives you right away, especially in the first couple bars. And make sure you keep your stops in place because there's always some extra volatility coming over, especially past the weekend. Traded down here a little bit overnight. So nice little quick scalp against our first resistance area there at 74. Next upside area is at 85 now. All right, continue to uptick, looking at the 85 area next. I like to scale in around my levels there, so I'm in there at 70, well, 84, 85, and 86 against my 85 area. Yeah, I mean, you have to be a little bit quick, and your orders have to be in place to be able to get filled both ends. I'll continue to uptick here a little bit. Looking at the 85 area next is our next level of resistance. Let's see here if we have any other numbers coming out this morning. No, got up here to 81 and change. All right, quickly coming up here to the 85 area now. Again, always keep your stops in place. All right, got filled there at 85. All right, quick, nice rotation here against our 85 area as well. You can get a little bit more out of this one. But take your profits here. Only if you have extra contracts would you be holding any, and always keep your stop in place. All right, nice little rotation here against our 85 area. Obviously, you have to have your orders in place to get filled there, and then it rotated out very quickly. Nice little quick scalp there for us, and there's a way of taking a little bit more than 2 or 3 points out of a trade. Again, only if you're trading multiple contracts and you are, scale out of them, and only you're not going to lose any money on the trade with anything you got left over. All right, nice little scalp there for us. Again, only if you're trying to stay short, have a trailing stop. If we can get back down to 74 would be a good place. We can get down there. Just have a trailing stop, and that way you don't lose money on the trade, and you can take a little bit more than 2 or 3 points on the trade. This is our nice little rotation here against our 85. So nice little trade there if you did jump in. There are no numbers coming out this morning, but there's a whole bunch of Fed speak. There's one at 9:30. There's one at 11:30. There's one at 11:45, and there's some tonight in the evening. So they are loaded for bear in those Fed speaks. All right, nice little rotation here against our 85 area. Got right up to 85 and a quarter, so you sure got filled there at 85. And a nice little quick rotation off of that level. Again, we are scalping these areas. Let's see here. Stock index futures and the dollar dipped immediately on Sunday evening following a report that the Federal Reserve chair was a target of a criminal investigation. And they then took a second leg down as Powell released a statement saying the investigation was motivated by FOMC setting of rates. Market were rattled. Safe haven went the other direction with spot gold soaring $4,600 an ounce for the first time. And Barbara just is investigating Powell over a renovation of the Fed's headquarters in Washington and Fed's chief testimony on Congress about the makeover. But Powell hit back, saying that the investigation is solely because the Fed's set rates as it saw fit rather than following the preferences of President Trump. This is about whether the Fed will be able to continue to set rates based on evidence and economic conditions, or whether instead monetary policy will be directed by political pressures or intimidation, Powell responded in a video statement. Okay, that's good to know. Nice. The renovations at the center of the investigation broke ground in 2022 and are estimated to be approximately $700 million over budget. The project involves expanding and modernizing Mariner S building, built in 1935, and another building on Constitution Avenue, built in 1932. Neither building has been comprehensively renovated since its construction nearly 100 years ago. As we continue to uptake our next level of resistance, we're looking at is up here at the 96 area. And 2021 version of the federal Fed's proposal describes private elevators and dining rooms for top policymakers, water fountains, new marble features, a rooftop terrace. But at the congressional hearing in June, Powell denied that many of these features were part of the latest proposal. Yeah, okay. Nothing like good, good infighting. Hey, pivot is 69.66. Upside at 74, 85, 96, 70, 06, and 17. Downside at 57, 50, 41, 34, 24.
Hey, Donnie C, make sure you check in chat and also check out the welcome message I sent you in chat and Zoom. Make sure you respond so you don't get exited. And make sure it gets here for the right reason.
All right, we continue to uptick here. We're looking at the 96 area next. Nice little rotation here off of the opening. I guess the market doesn't really care about what. Well, I don't even know why it even went down so much, but if that was the reason, you know, markets could go down for a lot of other reasons, except the same like a lawsuit for a $700 million project. The reason, I guess I know what their inferences are, but still. But anyway, it doesn't matter. We were able to scalp around it, so hopefully you were able to take advantage of some of the areas that we had here. All right, next area we're looking at is up here at 96. Yeah, chopping around now. A little support. You're a little aggressive, maybe around the 74 area.
Hey, Donnie C, make sure you check in. Use the chat feature to respond. Hey, Donnie, that's great. We're going to be wrapping up our daily sessions at 11. If you have any questions, we can speak then and review the chat message that I sent you in Zoom. And welcome.
I'll continue to uptick here. We're looking at the 96 area. Okay, got up here at 94 and change. Being a little bit careful there against the 95 if we get back up there. Okay, getting back up there. And 96, it's our level here. They are in the same bar, so if you're going to scale it, still maybe get that down there. We'll see. Let's get up here or not. And we did get up to 95 there. Well, now we get the 95 for sure. Again, we're still on the same bar, so a little bit aggressive, maybe pick it. All right, there's a quick rotation there against that 95. Got up to 95 and change there. Some nice little rotation here off of it. All right, nice little trade there against our 96 area. All right, nice little rotation there against our 96 area. Obviously, we're not going to be perfect. All right. Well, we've had ran through a few of our levels, so it's pretty decent. Nice little opportunities here. We average about 4 to 5 trades a day. Got these in the first 15 minutes of today, so that's got 3 at least of our levels got triggered. It's not so bad. Good day, and I think we were able to make a little bit of a scalping opportunity with all of them. And except for the first one, you could have definitely taken more than 2 or 3 points out of the trade, depending on how you scaled in around them or not. And if you did just make a little bit of money against them, that's perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with taking what the market gives you. And now we're just hanging here at the top end of this range. A little support will be around the 74 area. Next level of resistance up here at the 70.06, maybe a little at 7,000, just because it's 7,000 if you're a little aggressive. And if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask in the chat. Scalping these markets. Just trying to take advantage of ebbs and flows. We don't believe the markets go straight up or straight down. Consequently, we're trying to find these areas of inflection that create the scalping opportunities. All right, we're up here on these interim highs here. Gonna be 70.06 area next. All right, quick, like I said, maybe a little bit of resistance against the 70 here. If you're a little aggressive, 70 even. Otherwise, wait for the 70.06 area. Quick rotation here after this morning's and open to the downside. So if you did jump in there at 70 even area, you get a nice little rotation here. Again, that's if you were a little aggressive. You said that that one might be as a little a bonus area. And it's turning out to be a nice little opportunity here. Got up to 01 and change. And nice little rotation here against that. Our level up on the upside is 06, as you can see there in the chat. Again, we're just scalping these markets, and we have price action trades. So it's definitely a price action trades, and we have the levels. So a combination of both of those gives us our setups for this morning. And we average about 4 to 5 trades a day, and we are really moving right along here with our average. Sometimes we don't get there, and sometimes today we get more, maybe. Or if you made some money, we can be done, right? We can be done if you took the trades that we, just our levels alone, triggering very nicely here. Haven't had a rotation back down a little bit there, so haven't really had price action trades on the downside. It's a good way to start a week. I hope some of you took advantage of some of these opportunities. Just our levels alone, you did okay, I think. And again, next on the upside, we're looking at this 06 area. There are no numbers coming out here at 9 o'clock. Just that speaks, like I said, 9:30, 10:30. No, 10:30 is a note auction. 9:30, 9:30, 11:30, 11:45. Well, at noon there's a 10-year note auction. So if you're going to be trading that late, but we kind of focus on the morning hours to give us our opportunities. We are scalping these markets, trying to take advantage of ebbs and flows against the levels we gave out this morning, and we'll repeat the levels here in a little bit.
Hey, James V, welcome.
I right, those levels that you see in the chat, we use those as a guide to the day, and we kind of ran through some of our levels already this morning. And so those areas got triggered, and we had some scalping opportunities against them, especially the 70, 85, and 96 area. And next level on the upside we're looking at is up here at the 70.06 area. This market supposedly opened up a little bit lower here based on the situation with the Fed and the possible indictment. So they didn't like it, but again, rallied it really quickly off of that. So our next level that we're focusing on is up here at the 06 area.
Hey, James V, I just sent you a chat message. Make sure you respond. I don't want you to get exited right away. For those that are joining us through our socials, you can join us live in Zoom. Watch, listen, learn to trade and earn. Go to day trading market, put daytradingmarkets.org in your browser and follow the instructions and pop right in.
Now we continue the uptick here. We're looking at the 06 area. The settlement price is at 05. Let's see what the settlement price is. So that's our, and we scalp around, it was scaling, I should say, around my area there. So first area that I'm looking at the scale would be 05, then 06, and then 07 if we get up there.
Hey, James V, we need to hear from you. We'll give you a minute.
Now we'll continue to uptick here and looking at the 06 area. And remember, it's an area.
Hey, Rudolph, welcome.
Again, the rotation here, we're looking to scalp these markets. We're looking to take advantage of ebbs and flows of these markets based on levels we gave out, plus any price action trades. Levels that you see in the chat, we got triggered with a few of them already, and we scalped them. We try to scalp them for 2 to 3 points. Sometimes the market gives us the opportunity to do it for more. Today, we were able to definitely do it for a little bit more on some of them. So if you are obviously trading multiple contracts and you can hold on to the opportunities, that's great. And if you're just trading one lot, there's nothing wrong with that either.
Hey, Rudolph, I just sent you a chat message in Zoom, so make sure you open up the chat feature. Review the message. If you have any questions, we can talk at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, which is coming up in an hour. Donnie, that's the same for you. And James, if we don't hear from you, got to let you go. Make sure you check in, James. For those that are joining us through our socials, pop right into our Zoom. Put daytradingmarkets.org in your browser and join us. You get an email on a daily basis. Get a free access pass to come in. Do it now.
All right, let's see here. We kind of turned off here. We got up to 03 area there and came off. We're looking up here at our levels up here at the 06. We can get up to our entry point there. So we have to be a little patient. Our support level right now would still probably be around the 80 area. All right, shopping around here a little bit now. Again, we start here at 8:30 with an opening, and we don't know what kind of reaction we're going to get from these markets. We are at the mercy of volatility. Obviously, we don't try to guess direction of the markets. All we're trying to do here is scalp the levels and scalp the market when it gives us those opportunities. Sometimes, obviously, we're going to get some more opportunities than other times. But we are not smart enough to know which direction these things are going to go, and that's why this rally here, we actually were able to scalp them against the levels, and then we thought the market can rotate because we don't believe markets go straight up or straight down. And we try to find those areas of inflection to create those scalping opportunities for us. And you can see there by the levels that we hit this morning. And then we're looking for about 2 to 3 points on those rotations minimally. And today we were able to get a little bit more than that, but only if you're trading multiple contracts, are you able to hold on to stuff, and because you need to take profits. So if you have 2, 3 points on one lot and you're taking those profits, nothing wrong with that at all. Again, if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask in the chat. We don't mind questions. And you can also see the levels that we gave out this morning in the chat that we kind of use as a guide to the day.
Hey, James V. I'll disconnect you, pop back in. Maybe you just need to reset your system to communicate.
Again, the levels that you see there in the chat that are kind of help us guide us through the day. And now we have to be a little bit patient here as the market kind of sidewinds here up here a little bit. Our next support level on the downside, we're looking around the 80 area, and the upside is up at here at 70.06. All right, we're definitely going to be a little range bound here. This is the area where I like to call it no trade zone, as the market kind of gravitates this going sideways. And again, something that I'm not. I don't like to trade the range when it gets into a range like this, so I'm just patient here and wait for the market to give us an opportunity. Upside, we got 06, downside really nothing till 80, and the market might just kind of hang here the rest of the day. So we have our focus of our trading is mostly done in the morning hours because we feel the dynamics well for what we are trying to do, and then in the afternoon they do get sidewindy a little bit, and sometimes the volatility gets taken out of the market, so there's not that many opportunities. So we kind of just focus on the morning to give us those opportunities for us, which is fine. There's always tomorrow to give us more opportunities. If anybody has any questions, feel free to ask in the chat. We don't mind questions, especially when it, we had some nice action this morning, and then kind of looks like they're trying to pull the plug here a little bit. As the market recovered from its early morning overnight losses here, is kind of getting up here to some small losses for the day, but nothing as far as the S&P is concerned, nothing great. And it's turning over here a touch. A good support would be around the 80 area on the downside. Now, as you can see, we're definitely there's also a little bit of a range here. And this is what I like to call a no trade zone. At least the time being, upside at post 6, downside right around 80, and kind of in the middle here. You'd be guessing as to where it's going to go, when it's going to stop, when it's going to rotate. We don't have any other numbers coming out this morning. We do have some Fed speaks. Again, that'll be this afternoon. So if you're going to be trading this afternoon, be a little bit mindful of that. Yeah, there'll be there's one at 9:30. So let's see, that one will come into play here a little bit. And then there's a one at 11:30. Another one at 11:45. So a couple of these Fed speaks going on. They might be market movers. We don't know. And so the market, much reliance the market puts on any of these guys talking. If anybody has any questions regarding what we do here, feel free to ask in the chat. Don't mind questions, especially when it's market volatility is kind of slowed down a little bit here as they getting themselves a little bit of range. All right, again, range bound still. Nothing too much to get too excited about up here. If anybody has any questions, feel free to ask in the chat. We have to be patient now and wait for our next opportunity. Average about 4 to 5 trades a day. We definitely hit that quota for today. So, and if you made some money and you're good to go, nothing wrong with that either. Okay, so I'm just getting a little bit tighter here and going nowhere fast. And we got to be patient here. All right, again, we have the upside resistance up here. The level that we're going to be focused on is up the '06 area. The uptick here a little bit. Earlier, we did say that we had a little resistance around the 7,000 even for those of you who were with us early on this morning. But then we got there, had a nice rotation. Then we got ourselves stuck in this little range here where we're not doing anything. All right, still kind of range bound here a touch. So again, got to, and again, this is where I like to call the no trade zone here. So we have to be very patient and wait for the market to give us an opportunity. Not like we haven't had any this morning, but it is. We never know when it gets itself into a little bit of a range here and does nothing. And we focus on the morning hours to give us those opportunities. So the rest of the day we have to be a little bit patient here, and that's why especially in the afternoon, sometimes it gets like this kind of trade where nothing much is going on.
Hey, quick shout out to Biddy M. Hey, Biddy M, welcome. I just sent you out our introductory message. It's in Zoom chat. After you read it, give us the high sign that you read it, and welcome aboard. At 11 a.m. Eastern Time, which is coming up, we're going to answer questions and interact. So if you have any questions about our services, how they can best help you based on what you're looking for, but take a moment and read the welcome message. For those that are joining us through our socials, take a moment to come right into our Zoom. You're going to email on a daily basis to come in as our guest. Daytradingmarkets.org, daytradingmarkets with an S.org. Hey, Billy, thank you. Donnie and Rudolph, we'll talk at 11. And we'll do it here. If you have a microphone, you can test it. If you don't have one, might be a good idea to get one. If you like what we're doing here, tell your friends, like us, share us, repost us, bookmark us, heart us in the socials that you're connecting to us in or on.
All right. Again, we are just kind of range bound up here, like this for a good 45 minutes or so. We're definitely at the mercy of volatility, as you can imagine. We are traders, so we have to wait for opportunities. We don't want to just trade for trading's sake. Again, we just never know when these markets, when they get into range, where they're going to stop, rotate. We have areas that we're going to be focused in on, the 80, maybe 85 here on the downside, and upside we have our level there at 70.06. Right now in the middle here, we just have to, be a little bit patient here and wait for it to extend one way or the other. Can't guess which way it's going to go, so I'm not going to do that. Every day has its own set of dynamics and volatility. We had some nice rotations this morning, nice and right off the opening, and then the last hour or so with markets. Then they pulled a plug here a little bit, so kind of going. We have to be patient with it. Also, I know it's kind of boring not to trade when you're here to be trading, but the objective here is not just to trade, but to make money, and definitely not to create commissions, costs, or charges to just make the brokerage houses more money and not us. So to that end, we're going to be a little bit more patient here and wait. We've had some uh, four opportunities this morning, I think, if you were listening to us. Our levels got triggered on the way up, and we had some scalping opportunities against them, as well as the price action trade. And for the most part, it really stopped, pulled the plug after that. So, but we did have some nice opportunities early on. Now we're just kind of sidewinding here a little bit. So To that end, we have to be patient and not just we'll wait for the next move one way or the other. All right. Not much going on here. Good time to ask questions for those of you who are new here or want to get a little bit of information about what we do. Please feel free to ask in the chat. We are scalping these markets. We have a methodology here that we kind of focus in on using support and resistance areas that you see in the chat, in addition to any price action trades that might occur. Combination of both of those gives us our setups for this morning. And we put together a education course that does offer you a way to do this on your own. We're trying to find where to find these areas that create inflection opportunities for scalping. We have an education course that helps if you're a new trader, figure out where these areas are, how to find them, what to do with them, maximize profits once you get in them. And then if you're an experienced trader, to give you some more opportunities for new setups. If that's what you're into and looking for more trading opportunities. Again, we are focused on the morning hours to give us those opportunities. And kind of have to be patient and wait for those opportunities to get triggered. Also, we, don't try not to overtrade, and pretty risk averse for the most part. I mean, as much as you call futures trading risk averse, we try to stay away from overexposure. But again, we're always at the mercy of volatility, and every trader is. So that's what we always talk about: making sure you keep your stops in place. We try to minimize exposure as much as possible. Which platform do you use? I use Cunningham, but you know, these days any platform out there is pretty good. Most of them do kind of do the same job. But been with them for a while, so. But if you're looking for one, we could definitely work with you if you need a brokerage house or anything like that. I'm sure none of your questions you have one already. All right, we have they really pulled a plug on this market today. Had the quick move early on. We had some nice opportunities against those levels there that you see in the chat. We were able to scalp around all those levels to the upside there. And those are the wrong levels, by the way, that you put up there.
I just saw that now. Excuse me.
All right, definitely gonna still range bound here. Again, that's gonna happen. We're always at the mercy of volatility. Every trader is. Again, those are the levels that we've been using this morning. We gave out these levels first thing. And if you were with us this morning, we were able to scalp around those levels, especially to the upside. Since the market moved that way, we were able to take advantage of ebbs and flows. We don't believe markets go straight up or straight down. Consequently, we're looking for those rotations. And those rotations that we're looking for is about 2 or 3 points, depending on volatility. Obviously, when there's more volatility, we have to expand our stops and profit targets. But the way things have been going lately, 2 to 3 points is a doable number. We definitely were able to get a couple points minimally out of some of these trades. If you were trading multiple contracts and were able to hold on to some, you were definitely were able to sneak more than that out. The markets that give us some nice rotations against them. Now we just gotten up here and we've they're definitely pulled the plug on the rotations or pulled the plug on the market here. We're just kind of going sideways. Which again, this is, it's normal for markets to do that. You get some volatility, you get a move, and then they just kind of sidewind, and that's why we focus on the morning hours to give us our opportunities and kind of let the market do its thing after that. And we'll worry about whatever happens overnight, and we'll trade tomorrow. Come back here tomorrow because it's kind of tough to just watch it go sideways here all day long. So, I mean, we could get a move. We gave you levels. Obviously, the levels to the downside have to be adjusted a little bit because of the move up here. Right now, there would be some support around the 85 area, and then below that 74. And then once we get through our pivot to the downside, you can look at our lower levels there as support and resistance, as support levels. But we have to extend here a little bit one way or the other, but it doesn't seem going to, at least not for the time being. Right, we're kind of pushing up here to the top end of this range. Don't know if we're going to extend or not. We are coming here at the end of our morning session. Again, if you have any questions, good time to ask. We gave you some parameters to kind of focus in on this afternoon if the market decides to extend one way or the other. Again, upside resistance up here at 06. And always keep your stop in place if we do get up there.
We're going to start coming out of our socials. If you like what we're doing here, tell your friends, like us, repost us, heart us, friend us, bookmark us, join us live daily. Put daytradingmarkets.org in your browser. Come on in. You get an email on a daily basis to come in. We'll set up a time to talk about your interest in developing as a trader, whether you're an experienced trader just not getting it done or a new trader looking to get started. To take some action, join us live and